Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for Fishing Planet. And this video is all about live bait trolling. So I'm doing this now for a couple of days. So I'm going to talk about this mechanic because there was something that I didn't even know until a couple of days ago. And I'm going to give a little bit of feedback because there are some things that I don't understand how it works in this game. Not how you need to use it, but why can I not use this better in freshwater areas? That's what I want to say. That's a little bit feedback to the developers. But first of all, we are going to start with live trolling with baits. This is very good in freshwater areas. I tested it in the Congo, I tested it in Michigan on the pike and the muskie. It's very overpowered. But of course you're limited because you unlock this at level far in the 80s. And that's the first thing that I don't understand. Why is that? So first of all, I'm going to show you guys a little bit how this works. So you will get a rod. So most people will do this. They get like an ocean rod, an ocean reel. And then you need to put a sinker on it. So because it's going to fake the fish. So it's a head of a fish that the predator's going to bite it. Then you need to have a live bait trolling hook, and then you need to have a live bait. But you can get a large minnow on it and a shiner. But if you go to the shop, so you will see that you will find the first head starter at level 86. And that's something that I cannot understand. Why is this so high? Because it works really, really well on freshwater too. Why can we not buy this at level, let's say 30, 35 or something? Or why is this not in the trolling DLC Nepro? That's something that I don't understand. So that's my feedback first, because you can put a large minnow on it, but I cannot use it before level 86 on the freshwater areas. Am I overlooking something? That's possible. So if you got feedback and you say to me, yeah, but Shamino, you can buy that sooner or something. But I didn't find it. So I cannot find the weights somewhere else. So in the sinkers, I cannot see it for live trolling. So it's only available if you're level 86. I cannot even find it in DLCs. So 100% sure it's not in the DLC on the freshwater. You probably can buy it in the sea again somewhere, the sea DLCs. But once again, why such here it is? But once again, why do you need to buy the sea DLC? For example, I want to do this trolling when I'm leveling because it's very good. So I want to use this in Michigan. That's not possible. Because then I need to buy the sea DLC and I can go to the sea. That's what I want to say. Then the next step, what you need to have is a trolling live bait, trolling jihad, I think it's called, or hook. So you will find it. Let me have a look here. So once again, it's level 86. So it's not computing in my brain. Maybe they are going to introduce it somewhere in the future, but that's for me very hard to understand. So you can see it here. So you can unlock this at level 86. But then the next point is even more stunning for me. I always thought that you can just equip that on spinning casting sea rods, but that's not true. You can just live bait fish here on my Zeus. So every freshwater spinning setup and I guess casting setup, you can just equip live bait trolling. But once again, you cannot do this before level 86, or you need to buy the DLC from the sea area. That's something totally new for me. And once again, that's once again not working my head, because you can see most rods that are freshwater, the lure weight, the lure weight is very low. The problem is that the lowest head sinker is 50 gram. So what is going to happen? It's always going to be too high for the test of the rod. But why would you ever put this in the game if it almost is never working with setups. Okay, you can go with heavy casting setups and all that stuff, but shiners, you unlock them at level 20, I think, large minnows somewhere in that range too. So there is a lot of things not computing with me at this moment. So it's not friendly for level wise, it's not friendly. So this is something that they made for the sea. You can use it on the freshwater trolling, but it's not really made for freshwater trolling because the rods are too weak. There is no sinkers that are lower in gram. But then on the other hand, you can use fresh bait that is from the freshwater, and it works really well in the freshwater. So I hope in the future that the developers are going to introduce head sinkers a little bit sooner. Just the same with the live bait trolling. Why is a 2.0 live bait trolling hook? Why does that need to be level 86? That's a problem. Maybe they can put it in the Nepro pack or something. Because this is something, if people buy the Nepro pack and you got this in it, you will use the trolling for leveling. That's true. And it will work really well. So that's a little bit my feedback. So you can use it. So people that want to troll, let's say in Blue Crab Island, in the Congo, in Michigan, you can just buy the lowest hook, the lowest sinker here. You put it on your freshwater setup and you can go trolling with live bait. But of course, you need to be level 86 or you need to buy the sea DLC. So now I'm going to show you guys how it works. Just to show you guys, because it's really fun. So I got the unique Goliath tigerfish. I got the trophy Nile perch on it, but we are not going to troll in that area. I'm going to troll in Michigan, and I will show you guys how good it works. Okay guys, I'm now at the dock in Michigan, and we are going to troll with Zeus. So that's with the shiner, with a small hook. And I'm going to troll with the spinning setup, with a little bit bigger hook and with a large minnow. So first of all, if I'm not mistaken, I think we are going to get more experience if you troll, if that's still in the game. That was something that they introduced a couple of months ago. But I think it's not working for sea rods. So that's something else why it would be really good, if it is still in the game, of course. So I think it was 10% more, I'm not sure about the numbers. But if, for example, you got this equipment a little bit sooner, you buy the Dnepro DLC, because you need to have the Dnepro DLC, because that's the only trolling boat that you can use in other areas. And you are just using a freshwater rod. This is a little bit too big for this area. I think you can make nice amount of experience. Another thing, barbless live bait trolling hooks would be really great too. So you guys can see there is a lot of opportunities for the developers to make this better. Because at the moment, I don't think there is anybody using trolling to leveling. I can be wrong, because why would you ever pay? So if you go to the shop and you see to the boat packs, why would you ever pay 24.50 euros if you just can buy the Congo pack for 38? There is not really a reason why you ever would do that. Because if you want to go purely, or you need to love trolling, you need to be a fan of trolling, that's the only way. But otherwise, if you want to level fast, if you want to make really quick money, and that's, I think, the main source why people buy DLCs. You buy just this, you go for the tigerfish and you're done. You never bother with this. So they can make the attraction a lot higher and better for trolling. Because I'm a trolling guy, you know that. If they just do a little bit what I said in this video, I think. So let's get started. So here is the boat. So this is a DLC boat. And what I do is, I just start, because what is biting on live trolling too, you guys will be amazed, because you think it's only, no, it's very good for catfish too. I was in the Congo and at the night I was having non-stop bites, by the way. So what I do is I just throw it out at 10 meter. So this is the freshwater setup. And now I'm going to get the sea set up. So I was getting non-stop catfish on this too, by the way. I didn't yet get a catfish here in this area. But I got Atlantic salmon, I got muskie, I got pike, of course, northern pike too. My guess is at some point you will get the blue catfish here too. But I didn't test this much in this area. I just want to show you guys it. I tested a lot more in the Congo, this setup. Can it compete with going around forward the time? It will be very hard. It will be very hard. Because the problem is that the mechanic in this game, how the fishing mechanics work, like with respawning uniques and fish, with forward the time, is way too good to overcome that problem with this. So you can do it. You can do it because what I did was, so I did a combo. So in the Congo, you can make a combo with those setups that you catch Nile perch and tigerfish at the same moment. So what can you do? You can go to a couple of hotspots, you drive over them, and if they are dry, you forward the time. So you do a little bit the same what we do now with rod stands and all that stuff. So if you don't get a bite, you forward the time. You try to respawn the fish back in and all that stuff. But it's very hard. So the 10% more experience, if it still is in the game, on trolling is good. But I think it needs to be 20-30% to make it as good as we got at the moment. But they need to work at this system because it's a very big pity. First of all, it's behind the paywall. That's a very big problem in my opinion. The second is that it's not so good, so they limited the best what you can do with it. So here is the first fish. I guess it's going to be an Atlantic salmon. So you can see it works with this is a perch. That's the first time. So we can get perch too. It's smallmouth bass, even better. Imagine that you can use this in Florida, in the Everglades. So they need to give this system a little bit more love, in my opinion. So we are going to turn. So I'm going to the Pike Alley Bay. So what I see is the next. So I'm going now 5%. And if I put now this rod on, that's something that I saw doing this too. So the large minnow is at the bottom. So, and if I go now to the shiner, so this is a bigger weight, so this is good. It's at the bottom too. And I can speed up the speed a little bit. So that's something that you need to see because most predators, they are not living at the bottom. So I'm going now to 7%. That's, by the way, how you can see that your speed is right for the fish. It's still at the bottom. Let me have a look to this one. This is at the bottom too. So we are going to get the speed a little bit higher to 10. I'm not sure that it matters that much, to be honest. But it can matter if you want to fish a little bit higher. So it's still at the bottom. So at some point it goes up, by the way, I think. I'm not sure, by the way, because I was on the shallow area. So let's go to 15. But that's already really fast. So let's have a look now. Why I'm saying that? Because it's very important. Yeah, now we are going up. No, we are still not going up. Because it's very important that you don't fish with your live bait out of the water. That's very important. But you guys can see that's another problem that we got here. That is that I'm not sure it matters that much in the sea, but this is the maximum. So you can see on the maximum, now it comes from the bottom. Now it goes back to the bottom. But that's problematic because if you want to go for, let's say, muskie, or if you want to go for pike and they are sitting a little bit higher, or the Atlantic salmon on a sunny day in Alberta, you simply cannot do that. Yeah, this is now good. So now this one is good, and the other one is still, but we are going now the maximum speed, by the way. And this one is still at the bottom. Oh, I'm going to turn this around. So that's for me a problem too. And here is a fish, by the way. That's not bad. I'm going to Because I'm going, in my opinion, now a little bit too fast. But that's something that they can solve if we got like sinkers that are like smaller too. But the lowest one is 50 gram at the moment. So it's very hard to get it at the right level in the water. So that's another problem too. I'm not sure that it matters that much. But you guys can see this is the pike. I think we just went over the unique area trophy pike. You can see it here. This is a little bit too heavy, this setup for this area, because I had 2 red triangles. So I'm going to the pike alley and the musky area, because there is the clear musky. Let's go over it. So there are a couple of things, there are a lot of things that they need to make better on this system, to be honest. But if you want to do it, you can do it, by the way. So if you want to have fun and you like trolling, you can troll with this system. Or people, for example, let's think now about the next. So, but yeah, you still need to have, there are so many things not computing at the moment. I was thinking, okay, you buy the sea area equipment, but then you run out and you don't have the level. Maybe you can troll her out, but then you need to buy the Nepro boat again and all that stuff. So that's a very, very, very big problem. So yeah, to solve this problem, I think they need to do 10 things to make it better and more accessible. And then I think people are going to troll a little bit more. Because it's a pity. Because I trolled a lot in other games that I don't play anymore. And for me, it was always a very good mechanic to make money, to find positions, to get certain fish. But here, it's not really that good executed. The trolling is good. Mechanically, how it works is good. But overall, how it works in the game, so how it's implemented in the game, is very bad. So fishing mechanic wise. So how it works and how you turn and how you do it, that's good. That's what I said to them too. But it's a pity it's so difficult to approach it if you're a lower level and if you don't have a DLC. That's a very big problem. So one U-turn here. So let me have a look, because it's they are not biting that well. The first time that I did this, I had 10 fish already. So let's have a look, because I'm doing now the clear musky positions. So I expect a little bit more action on the other side, because that's northern pike. I will make, if I got time, a video about the Congo too. I think that the left is a little bit too far. My line is too far out. So let's get it 50. Yeah, okay. I think my bail wasn't closed, and I'm probably going to hit the wall now. Okay. So let's turn around. This is not a good day. The first day I had here a couple of muskies too, normal ones. So now we are going to the bay, muskie territory, northern pike territory. So let's have a look that we can get a fish. I'm going to turn around. If I turn around, I get the speed a little bit higher, because that goes a little bit faster. Because I think for, that's another thing, I think for fishing like this, we need to have a smaller boat, a smaller trolling boat. It even can be a rubber boat, I think, because this is the handling on this boat is not so good. You guys saw that the turning is really bad here. We need to have something that turns a lot faster than this boat. That's another thing that they need to implement too. Because it's a good boat, but for me this boat is a little bit too big. If it was like a smaller boat with just two trolling stands at the back, but that the handling goes a lot quicker. What do I mean? The turning is very important. So the turning on this boat is way too slow for areas like this. So you need to have open room. The moment that the open room is gone, it's very hard to use this boat. This boat works really well on the Nepro because that's a river. It's straight on most of the time. But here you already can see that there are problems. So I never use this in Emerald, for example, but I think it will be very, very, very bad over there. Yeah, and the fish does not want to bite. That's a pity because I wanted to show you guys a little bit more fish. Yeah, it's by the way a peak. Can we get one more fish? So now I'm back here. So that was it, guys. My feedback for live trolling. Always remember that you can do it in the freshwater too, if you're level 86 and if you got this boat, but a lot of things need to change with this system, to be honest. A lot of things. Thanks for watching, have fun, bye bye.